Good morning. I don't know where to put my phone. There's a cat right here. Hi, good morning. Happy November 1st. Happy Wednesday. Happy off day. Happy everything. We had the absolute most amazing lunch yesterday. The ride out there was so much fun. We made Lisa drive. We gave her gas money and said, tag, you're it. And Jen and I just got to ride along, and I rode in the back seat on the way out, and then I rode in the front seat on the way back. Well, I'm not a good rider. I'm not at all. I prefer to be driving, although I didn't want to drive yesterday because I've never driven over there, and we had to get on I-75 to 285 to 85. Anyway, it was terrible. It was so much traffic, and everybody drives so fast, and the really big trucks, and and Lisa learned that I'm not a good rider on the way back because I am not an anxious person. I'm not. However, I am when I'm not driving. And this was very apparent yesterday. I was trying not to be the passenger seat driver. When I was in the back seat, it didn't matter because I was looking at my phone. I kept my head down. Keep your head down. Don't look at anything. I was fine. I don't get car sick. I would just try to sit over there quietly, and I would do like this, like I was trying to cover my face instead of yelling out, "Are you gonna stop?" Because, she's not a bad driver. She's not a bad driver. It's just me. It's me when I'm in the passenger seat and I see brake lights and I don't feel the brake being hit in the car. It causes this to well up inside of me. And it's like when I can't ride with my dad. I cannot. That's why I always drive when we go to Blue Ridge, because when I see brake lights, I go ahead and start coming off that acceleration. I go ahead and start slowing it down because I'm like, okay, we're on the interstate. They're hitting their brakes for a reason. Something is slowing down. So I take my foot off the accelerator and I might even start tapping the brakes a little bit, just depending on how far I am. Well, I don't know if she was deaccelerating. Is that a word? I don't know. All I know is they hit the brakes. I didn't feel like we were slowing down. I did not. And I kept trying not to make a big deal of it, but trying to cover my face. And she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm just having an anxiety attack over here. Maybe I should have drove, because maybe I should have driven. That's probably proper English, Tracy. I'm in Georgia, okay? We don't use proper English. Oh, she may never drive again. Or if she does, I may be banished to the back seat because I'm not, nope. I need to be driving. I need to be in control. Maybe I have control issues, whatever. It doesn't matter because it is what it is. I'm sorry, there's something on TV where you go to this spa and you put your feet in a fish tank and they put in those, is it little baby piranhas or something? And they eat the dead skin off your feet. I don't know if I could do that. Have y'all ever done that? I don't know if I could do that because I don't like getting in the lake and feeling fish biting on me. I don't like it. Now the ocean, I don't really feel those tiny little fishes bite me so much, but the lake and the squishy bottom, Anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that, but y'all know how I am. It's one of those funny shows, like America's Funniest Videos or something. And instead of having a piranha in the water, it's like this big eel type thing comes out and starts touching their legs, and they're freaking out. Anyway, it was just it's called Just for Laughs. See there, it was just for laughs. Okay, so back to the luncheon and me not having an anxiety attack because I'm not driving. Y'all, it was an admin appreciation luncheon. We had no idea. All of the admin team, which is, let's see, Hazel, me, Amy, Lisa, Jen, and Leanne, and all the project managers and senior project, all the project managers and the owner of the company and all that. Yeah, they threw us a party to show their appreciation to us and gave us gifts and stuff. And I got a beautiful yellow rose, and I got a hummingbird feeder, and we got money, and we got gift cards. I mean, I almost cried. I was almost speechless. Me, almost speechless. Not really. I wasn't really that speechless. But it caught me off guard because, and I don't mean to talk bad about the sheriff's office, but 34 years. 34 years I worked there. The last few years, we had a colonel and a sergeant who would show us appreciation one Friday a month by buying us lunch, the warrant division team. But the civilians in law enforcement, I think everywhere, but especially in our agency, are not as appreciated as the deputies. And some of the command staff that we used to have really looked down upon the civilian staff. And I actually heard him call us civilian pukes. Yeah, civilian pukes. So to be appreciated like that was just kind of, I was taken aback. I was. Is that a proper term? I was just taken aback. It was amazing. Now, that's not everybody at the sheriff's office, because we did have people that appreciated us, but overall, the civilian staff was not as appreciated. And I'm like, okay, what are y'all going to do without us? Y'all going to be sitting up in here entering warrants and booking in people, and I was assisting on strip searches and showering out people. Y'all going to have to do all that without us. So you best be appreciating us. Now, do a lot of the civilian staff whine a lot more than the deputies? Maybe so. Maybe. I didn't. Matter of fact, one of my sergeants said, I consider you a deputy because you've been through all the training and you grew up with us and you act like a deputy. You don't sit around whining and you work. And I was like, well, thank you. Anyway, it was just so nice. It was so needed, I was like, wow. I was blown away. My boss said, have you already spent the money? I said, well, no. But I sat and thought through the whole meal, what am I going to spend this money on? I'm already spending it mentally, but I haven't spent it fiscally, and physically. That's a little play on words. Anyway, yeah, we had a great time. It was just riding back was not my favorite part. And again, it's not Lisa's fault because she's a fine driver. She's a fine driver. She got us there. She got us back safely. It's me. I'm the problem. And I kept trying to tell her that. It's not you, it's me. Because I just don't ride well with other people. No, I don't. Speaking of riding well with other people, back to my mother. I love to talk about my mother because she was such a hoot. But we were driving down the road one day, and I was driving down the road. She wasn't driving with me. There was only one driver. But I was driving. She was the passenger. And I guess this is where I get it from, but we're approaching a red light, a green light, a signal light, a traffic light, and all of a sudden she yells out, "Stop!" I slammed on the brakes. Thankfully, it wasn't a busy road and there was nobody behind me. The light was green. The cars were way up ahead of me, several car lengths ahead of me. I slammed on the brakes. I said, "What?" And I'm looking around, and she got so tickled. She was laughing so uncontrollably, and I'm looking around like, what in the world has happened? What? Was it a cat? Was it a dog? Because there's no car. She was like, I thought that car was a lot closer than it was. I said, woman, you could have caused us to been in a wreck. But that was her anxiety. Plus, I think her MS, which I think I have several people who follow me who have MS. I think it causes issues with depth perception. Y'all can correct me on that if I'm wrong. But she had depth perception issues. Depth perception. Yeah, that's the right word. Editing here. No, it's not procession, Tracy, because you said it right the first time. It's perception. Ugh. Anyway, I was like, geez, woman, please don't do that again. Don't do that again. But then I was driving. We were together. I was driving. And like a car suddenly stopped in front of me. And I quickly moved and went around it and moved back. And it was God. There was a lot of traffic. And I don't even know how I got around and got back without even like blinking an eye. And she was like, wow, you're a really good driver. I was like, I know, right? Sometimes I can be. I've never had an at-fault accident, knock on wood. Have I? Oh, yeah, that was that one time. But that was really his fault. I mean, it was my fault because I was the rear car. But, you know, because it's always the rear car's fault. But we were at an exit ramp and there was nothing coming. And he hit his accelerator, the gas pedal. He started going. So I started rolling up and I'm looking to the left to see that there's still nothing going so that I can go. He stopped. Why did he stop? I don't know, because there was nothing coming, but I bumped into him. Now, here's the funny part of the story. This is how karma works, okay? We get out of the car. There's no damage on my car. There's no damage visible on his car. I just bumped into him. He said, well, we're going to call the police. We're going to file a report. And I was like, but there's no damage? I know there can be damage, but I was probably going 5 miles an hour when I tapped into him. So anyway, whatever. And he just demanded we call the police. And I was like, okay, fine. And I was already working at the sheriff's office at the time. Well, the policeman comes and he talks to him. He talks to me. And he knew me from the sheriff's office. And he said, well, I hate to do it, but I have to give you a ticket because it is your fault, because you ran into the back of him. Georgia state law, whatever. I'm like, cool. He said, but if it makes you feel any better, his license plate, his tag as we call it, and his driver's license are both expired. So he's getting 2 tickets. You didn't know that before you told me to call the police? Really? You didn't know that? Anyway, it was kind of an immediate justice, you know. Justice was served because there was no damage at all. Neither one of us went to court. I just paid my ticket and went on with it. He had to pay 2 tickets. Anyway, yesterday was just wonderful. It was just wonderful. And then come home and it gets dark and I see little goblins walking up and down the road with their little flashlights, and I've got my exterior lights on, and none of them came up the driveway. I had 3. That's hard for me to do because I've had surgery on that hand. That finger right there don't go all the way up, and it really hurts. But anyway, I had 3. I can do that. Naomi and Phoenix and their sister, their older sister. And I just held the basket out and said, get what you want. And the older sister doesn't really know me. And she was like, yo, y'all, slow down. Y'all are getting all our candy. I said, I probably won't have any more trick-or-treaters. Get what you want. I want you to know that Naomi took every Almond Joy she could find. Now, I held me out a few, I did, because I was like, I can't let them all go. I think I held out 4 Almond Joys and 4 Reese Cups. Anyway, 3 trick-or-treaters. So, anyway, about 9 o'clock, 8:30, I think, I just shut my door and turned my light off because I was like, I'm done expecting someone to come to my door. So, I just looked back at the TV and this man is putting deodorant under his arm and the other man is smelling and then licking it. This Just for Laughs TV show. Oh no. I can't. Now they're showing them all the camera. I would die if I saw a man putting on deodorant and another man smelling and then licking his underarm. What? Anyway, It's 33 degrees, but feels like 24 degrees. And the barometric pressure is ridiculously high at 30.35, I think. And if y'all don't know anything about the barometric pressure, oh boy, does it cause pain. At least in me, the back today is not my friend. It's just when it gets really high or extremely low, it's like there is some sort of something wrapped around, basically around my lumbar region, and it's like in a vise and it's pulling it super tight. It's bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. But anyway, I'll be fine. Yeah, don't worry about me. Because, I mean, I'm used to it by now, but I don't like it at all. I would like to sit on this couch all day and watch movies, but that only makes it worse. So I'm not going to do that because, unfortunately, my back does better when I'm up and moving more. Because if I sit for too long, then it takes me too long to get started again. It's fine. I can still laugh when I'm in pain. My mother laughed through pain, so I guess that's where I get it from. I just keep on going, you know. Might as well just keep her moving, fella. Because like I always say, you got 3 choices. You can laugh, you can cry, or you can be mad. You might as well laugh about it, right? If I could teach anybody anything in my videos, it's to laugh. That's all I want to do is just teach people how to find their joy and just laugh. Just laugh uncontrollably about stupid things, you know? It's hard to laugh at pain. I'm not laughing at the pain. I'm just laughing through the pain because I don't laugh at the pain. But that's what my mom did when she had MS. She'd fall down in the yard and she'd get tickled and she'd get back up and go, I hadn't even been drinking. You know, she just laughed. So I try to do the same. Just laugh. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember that I love you and Jesus loves you, and I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And it's still early, so I might can get a second video out today. You never know. It just depends on what I do. But if not, I will see you tomorrow. Hit that like button. Remember, I've already said all that. Remember that I've already said all that. Okay, bye.